Once in a busy railway station, there lived a beggar named Daniel. Every day, he survived by asking passengers for money as they waited for their trains. One day, while begging near the platform, he noticed a well-dressed businessman stepping out of a luxury car and walking confidently toward the train. Seeing his expensive suit and confident personality, Daniel thought, "This man must be very rich. If I ask him for money, he will surely help me generously." With hope in his eyes, Daniel approached the businessman and stretched out his hand. But instead of giving him money, the businessman looked at him calmly and asked, "Do you always just take from others? Or have you ever given something to anyone?" Daniel was shocked because no one had ever asked him such a question before. Confused, he replied, "Sir, I am only a beggar. I survive by asking for money. I have nothing to give to anyone." The businessman smiled slightly and said, "If you believe you have nothing to give, then you also have no right to expect anything. I am a businessman and I believe in exchange. If you can offer something, then I can give you something in return." After saying this, the businessman boarded his train and left. Daniel stood there silently, deeply thinking about the businessman's words. For the first time in his life, he realized that maybe people never gave him much because he offered nothing in return. That night, he could not sleep. He kept wondering, what can I possibly give? I am just a beggar. Yet the businessman's words continued echoing in his mind. If you want to receive, you must first give. 2 days passed, but Daniel could not stop thinking. On the third day, while sitting near the railway tracks, he noticed beautiful wild flowers growing nearby. Their bright colors caught his attention, and suddenly an idea came into his mind. What if I give people flowers whenever they give me money? Excited by the thought, he carefully picked some flowers and returned to his usual spot. When someone handed him a coin, he smiled and offered them a flower in return. Surprisingly, people happily accepted the flowers. Some smiled warmly, while others even thanked him. As days passed, Daniel noticed something amazing. People started giving him more money whenever he had flowers. But whenever the flowers ran out, the donations became less again. Slowly, he understood the truth. People enjoy receiving something in return. One day, while giving flowers to passengers, Daniel saw the same businessman again sitting inside a train. He quickly ran toward him and said happily, "Sir, today I have something to give you. If you give me money, I will give you flowers in return." The businessman smiled, handed him some money, and accepted the flowers. Then he said, "Now you have truly understood the value of exchange. Today you are no longer just a beggar. You have become a businessman." These words deeply touched Daniel's heart. For the first time, he began seeing himself differently. He realized, I am not begging anymore. I am offering value. I am trading. This means I have a business. That very day, Daniel decided to leave the railway station and never return as a beggar again. 6 months later, at the same railway station, 2 well-dressed men met each other by chance. One of them looked carefully and asked, "Do I know you?" The other man smiled and replied, "Yes, we met here before, right here at this station." Suddenly, the businessman recognized him and said in surprise, "Wait, you are the beggar who used to give flowers." Daniel laughed and replied, "Yes, that was me. But today, I own a successful flower business, and I am traveling to expand it even further." The businessman was amazed and asked, "What changed your life?" Daniel smiled confidently and answered, "You taught me one of life's greatest lessons. We receive only when we learn to give." That day, I stopped seeing myself as a helpless beggar and started seeing myself as someone valuable. I realized I was never truly a beggar. I simply needed to change the way I saw myself. The 2 men shook hands like equals before boarding their trains toward their separate futures. The lesson of Daniel's journey is simple yet powerful. Life changes when your thinking changes. If you believe you are weak, you will remain weak. But if you recognize your true potential, you can completely transform your future. So never limit yourself. See yourself as capable, strong, and successful because your thoughts shape your destiny. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, share it with others, and comment below what lesson you learned from it. We'll meet again with another powerful and inspiring story in the next video.